everybody. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Hello, all social media platforms. It is Sunday and it is August.
And Facebook. Today is August.
That's why I say all social media encompasses.
I have to make sure that I announce everybody. But today is August the 15th. This is Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Ash. And well, I have some kolaches in the oven, and I think the oven just beeped.
I wouldn't be eating kolaches.
No, we'll do this and we'll eat them afterwards because they're gonna be super hot.
We gotta take them out, don't you?
Well, I was
gonna let my assistant
take them out, but my assistant was a little bit slow. Excuse me.
Hello, guys. Hope everybody had a good week since last week. Again, this is Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash. I'm Jim. And right now, eating our breakfast. We have some kolaches and coffee. Coffee and kolaches. Maybe we can change that.
No, right now we need to let those cool down.
Coffee and kolaches.
No, we can, but we don't want to. What happened yesterday to happen? Like
what happened yesterday?
Get out my camera.
Trinity, stop it.
I bit into my kolache and that grease went. Woo! So I burnt my tongue. Yeah.
Well, maybe you should cut it first.
Well, and then the second time I cut it and the juice shot out and burned my arm.
Well, these don't sound like very healthy. Kolache's not healthy for you anyway, but these are like dangerous kolaches, though.
Gotta let them cool off. But the sausage is good. The sausage and the kolaches are good. Does anybody like kolaches, by the way? Or if you are from another state and you don't know what a kolache is, maybe you call it a piggy in a blanket.
Honestly, before I came to Texas, I didn't know what a kolache was.
It's a piggy in a blanket.
Pig in a blanket. Not piggy, but pig in a blanket. You don't say piggy in a blanket. It's pig in a blanket.
It's a kolache. So, yeah, guys, we're here today. We have some things to talk about and discuss. First, how was your week?
Our week was, it was busy. And the very start of it, very chaotic, huh? Like, is school started this week or was it last week?
School just started Tuesday.
Yeah, so definitely, this week was definitely, because a lot of things happened, school started, we had to do some insurance events, 2 of them, the sink got clogged, I tried to fix it, still ended up calling the plumber who made the job easier.
Our daughter made the volleyball team.
Oh, yes. Daughter made the volleyball team. She's in the background, but she can't show herself on TikTok because TikTok is like really, they don't like children and adults topics or something like that. So she can't show herself this time. Otherwise, I would allow her to show herself.
She looks like me, by the way. So if you see me, you see her. We're twins.
But you can't hear in the background, though.
She's washing the dishes. Y'all hear that water? That's her washing the dishes. She's a good dishwasher. She does all our chores around the house. She's like our little maid.
Yeah, future volleyball player.
And I go, clap, clap, and she jumps on it. Clap, clap, do those dishes.
So anyway, I hope everybody is having a good Sunday. We're in Texas. It's 87 degrees here in Texas, so it's not too hot
now.
But it can still, if you stay outside in the sun for too long, not in the shade, you still can pass out from 87 degrees.
87 degrees at 11 o'clock, so we haven't even got to the hottest part of the day, which is 3 o'clock.
Yeah, the 87 degrees actually, sometimes it can be cool, right? It can be like, 87, it can be 85 degrees, it can be 80 degrees actually, right? And the sun can still just be bright and beaming and it can knock you out. Just even at 80 degrees sun, like we talked about it yesterday actually. It was like, we had this big overcast cloud cover, right? And the heat was coming up. And because the sun was not out, even though it was like a little humid or whatever, it still felt better, like 10 times better than if the sun was out. So like humid and the sun, like brightening, like in your face, but with just humidity and no sun, it actually feels kind of comfortable.
Okay.
So what are we talking about today, babe?
So we have a lot of different things we can talk about. But I did run across, we was driving from somewhere, and a guy said, he was on the radio, and he was like, your children should fear you. Back in the day, children feared their parents.
No.
Or afraid, your children should be afraid of you. Because back in the day, we were afraid of our parents. And I said, I was never afraid of my parents. Like, my mom and dad, I was never afraid of them. And I asked my daughter, is she afraid of us? And she said, no. I was like, so your children do not have to be afraid of you. Like, why? What's the point?
So Yeah, basically his point of view is like he's saying parents are soft in our generation. Like millennial parents are soft on our kids, and our kids, and the reason why our kids are like messing up in life right now is because they're not afraid of us. So if you're on TikTok right now, because that's where our engagement is. If you have children, do you think your children should be afraid of you? And when you were a child, were you afraid of your parents? You know, what do you think? What do you guys think about that?
And for our audience that's going to see our recording, which will be YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, are your children afraid of you? Should your children be afraid of you? Why or why not? Mm-hmm. And I'm saying to say my children are not afraid of me, and they're not afraid of you because we asked the question.
Oh, we asked Trinity.
We asked Trinity. I don't think Ivan is afraid of us either because I was never afraid of my parents.
I don't know. I think Ivan might be afraid. You know.
Why would you want your children to be afraid?
I don't want them to be afraid of me. I want them to always be, both of our children, I want them to be able to talk to me regardless about anything, whether they're going to get in trouble or not. I want them to be open to come speaking to us. And then if there's a problem, we'll handle that problem together. But they have to be honest. And, you know, also I definitely don't want my kids to be afraid of me, you know. But what I would like, though, I do want them to have a fear of me, though, which I think is a different definition. Fear and afraid are two different things.
Yeah, but I don't know if I necessarily feared my parents either. I mean, I turned out great. I don't think I feared. Like, I was not fearful of my parents.
See, that's the thing. You should have had some type of fear because not necessarily saying you fear your parents, but you fear the consequences of your parents. So, just like we feel the consequences of God. And so, like, cool, you know, I don't want to be away from that. That's a major fear that, you know, most believers should have. Is that, you know, you should have you know, I'm not afraid of God, but I do have a fear of the consequences that God has, you know, just like this is the rules that God set forth. This is like his commandments, and this is what we're supposed to do. So I have a fear of missing out on that, you know, being with God. I have a fear of, you know, not meeting his standard. And that's how I want my kids to, like, you know, have a fear of us. It's like, okay, cool. I don't want mommy and daddy to be disappointed in me. I don't want to make this mistake. I don't want to do this. Of course, they still will make mistakes, but they still should have a fear like, you know, the consequences of what should happen. Just, you know, I think it's good to have a healthy fear of anything. It's like I fear being burned by a fire, right?
I'm afraid of fire.
Well, yeah, you're afraid. No,
so it's certain things that you are. I'm not afraid of fire per se.
You're not afraid of fire. So no, you're not afraid of fire because, like I said, you cook. You see me on the grill when the fire flames up. We go camping, the fire's up. So if you're afraid of fire, that means you wouldn't even want to be around it. So there's a difference between afraid and fear. Fear is like, I understand that this can hurt me or it could damage me possibly. That's the difference between afraid and afraid.
Like you're afraid of roaches.
Why you have to tell everybody that?
Yeah, he's afraid of roaches, guys. So I have to be the one. My mechanic, my electrician, and my plumber is afraid of roaches.
Well, not all. Just the big flying roaches. I have a phobia.
Well, you're scared of any kind of thing that has a roach that looks like a roach. You scared of?
I have a phobia of roaches, and my wife and kids know about this.
And he'll use a whole can of spray just to kill one roach. Shh. Like, boy, that's just a roach.
I don't know why. I just do. I have a phobia of big roaches. I don't know why. But spiders and grasshoppers, all other types of insects, I don't fear those things. I even go on to say I could pick up a scorpion or something. That's a dangerous insect, and I could pick it up by its tail and I'd be okay. You know, I'm not afraid of it. But roaches who have, you know, they have no way of, it's just disgusting. Even just thinking about just touching a roach, it's just ugh. I can't stand roaches.
Like he's not afraid of rats. Like me, mice and rats.
Yeah, I'm not
like when I
afraid
see
of mice.
the mice just give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
And that's the weird part. I think you should be more like get the heebie-jeebies from a mouse than a roach.
And a mouse actually has, like, you know, little claws that can scratch you, and it has teeth that can bite. I'm not afraid of them though. It's just, I don't know. It's like a furry animal. It's like a squirrel to me, I guess. I'm not. They're more afraid of me than, you know, I'm of it, and I'm bigger than that. But a roach sometimes is not afraid of you. I mean, especially the flying ones. They're like they'll try to land on you. Rats don't do. They run away from you. That's the difference.
But anyway, guys. So back to our topic. We're talking about one of our topics, being afraid of your parents. And where we got the topic was listening to the radio, and one of the guys on the radio said that back in the day, that, you know, he was afraid of his parents and that kids were afraid of their parents. That's why they, you know, behaved a certain way. And I was telling him I was never afraid of my parents at all.
So, I mean, if you're afraid of your parents, that means, like, you know, to me, That sounds like possible abuse, possibly. Like last week we talked about, words do hurt. Like because we were at the park one time, and then a lady was straight up cursing her children out, and they were younger than our kids. And I say, man, if I was able to, I would actually walk up to that lady and say, hey, if you want to, give your kids away, we'll adopt them from you. That's how to me. That's how bad she was cursing the kids out. Like I was like, the kids are gonna do things. Of course, kids they can make you mad. They can make you, get outside your regular character. But you never, to me, should never just curse your kids out like the way she was doing, like full blown hard.
So just words. Imagine she was doing that in public,
and it was in public too. Yeah,
what she's doing to those kids in private. Mm-hmm. And so maybe those kids are afraid of their mom and dad. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think as a child, as an adult, I don't think your kids should be afraid of you. I don't think you should want your kids to be afraid of you. I think your kids should respect you. Mm-hmm. So maybe that's what you mean when you say that you should fear your parents. You should respect your parents.
A healthy fear of the consequences of what you're like if my kids do something wrong, they step out of line, if they don't clean up their room, they already know they can get grounded and get their electronics taken away.
Well, I think that's a form of respect and disrespect.
That's respect, but that's also a fear. Like it's a fear of loss. Like I like my stuff, and I don't want Daddy to come take it away from me. So I fear if him taking away. So I'm going to keep my room clean. I fear my dad, disciplining me. So I want to make sure I try my best on getting a good grade, even though I want to get good grades, but. If I try to hide it or don't tell them I need help, then that's really what I understand. Sometimes school, we might have issues at school. It might be a hard subject, but if you don't come to us and say, "Hey, we need help," that's what makes me upset with my kids. You didn't come tell us, give us a chance to help you, and you sit there, you got an F or a bad grade. That's where the consequence comes in because you didn't trust us to communicate that you needed help. So it's not the fact that you got a bad grade. It's the fact that you didn't try to tell us that you needed help in that particular subject.
Okay, so we have probably exhausted that topic. Again, we want everybody on TikTok to answer.
And everybody's coming on TikTok. We had a lot of, we were just kind of talking, and so a lot of people came on, and they got up to 6 or 8 people, and so we appreciate you. So thank you for coming on. I'm still waiting for our guest of honor to come by. That's Diddy Oil. I want him to come by because he's always the guest of honor. Hopefully he's on. Hopefully he's okay.
I don't know how that happened, but I was gonna say if you are on TikTok and you heard our message, we just want you to comment. Should you fear your parents? Should you be afraid of your parents or not? Should you be afraid of your parents, or do you believe kids should be afraid of their parents? Yes or no?
Or should you have a healthy fear of your parents? So if you're in the comments and you hear that, tell me. So this is a question. If you're an adult now. Were you afraid of your parents as a child? And if you have children, do you want your kids to be afraid of you? So that's the two-part question.
And I'm gonna go onto this camera here and talk to my Facebook viewers, my YouTube viewers, Instagram viewers, everybody that's not on TikTok. In the comments after you see this video, were you afraid of your parents growing up? Should your kids be afraid of you growing up? Or should you raise your kids to be fearful of you? Are they afraid of you, or do you feel like your kids should fear you? Did I say that right?
Yeah, I think kids, yeah, because we fear God.
Okay, so that's the first thing we want you guys to comment on. The second one, next topic is what?
The next topic is if you are dating or if you are married. If you have met your spouse earlier, do you think you have the same relationship you have now when you actually met? Like, say I met you 5 years earlier than when we actually met.
So we met in 2009.
Do you think we'd be together or our relationship be the same?
So we met in 2009. If we would have met in 2004, do you think our relationship would be the same? What's your opinion?
Let's see, where was I? Well, I know in 2004, I think that was the start of my celibacy phase. That's at the very beginning, I believe. And so you would have been definitely a temptation for me. I probably wouldn't have, because it was at the start, and I really wasn't trying to date anybody at that time. I probably wouldn't even dated you at that time. It probably was best that, that we met exactly when we were supposed to meet.
I don't think we would have made it because in 2004, I was still trying to figure out my career, what I wanted to do with my life. And I was at the University of Texas, changing my major because I went to school for pre-med, and then that was too hard, so I changed it to like education, and then like kinesiology. It was just all over the place because I could not figure out what I wanted to do. So I believe if you would have came in my life in 2004, I would have put you on the back burner.
Yeah, so that's us, you know. But some people, hey, if you met each other earlier, you may have been ready for each other possibly. So I know 5 years. I think you definitely wouldn't work. You know.
What if we'd have met each other in 2008?
What about 10 years though?
Oh, 10 years, no, because in 10 years I would have only been 31. How old am I right now? Am I 41 or 42? I don't know, 41 or 42.
You're 41.
I'm 41. So 10 years ago I would have been 31. 31 is actually...
I mean, what are you talking about?
Oh, if we had met 10 years ago?
10 years before we actually met.
Oh, like we met in 2000 and...
We met in 2009, right?
Yeah, are you saying 10 years after that?
10 years before that. So we met, you know, we did 5, let's go 10, like 1999.
No,
what were we?
1999. I was still in elementary. I was in middle school, so that was not gonna happen. That was not 1999. I was in middle school. I was
You
in
in
eighth
middle
grade.
school?
8th grade.
You had, really?
Yes.
You
I was in
in
8th grade in middle school, so that was not because I was band, track, basketball.
Time out. What year did you graduate from?
03 is high school. 1999. I was in the 8th grade.
Okay, so I graduated 01. Okay,
so we know that wouldn't have worked. In high school, like you're half on my camera, by the way.
Okay, so 2004, you just got.
2003, I graduated from high school.
2003, you graduated from high school.
So that would not have worked.
And so 2004, you were in college.
I was in college, right? That would not have worked because I was still trying to figure myself out.
But you had a boyfriend though, right?
I didn't have a boyfriend in 2004. I had a boyfriend in 2005. But we're not gonna even go there.
So
we're not gonna go there.
Again, so
ma'am, stay back there. We're not gonna discuss my past relationships.
We told you that, Trinity.
We're not gonna discuss my past relationships. We're here and now. But I will say, in 2004, maybe in college. You know what?
I think
it might have worked in college. It might have worked.
If we had met, we possibly could make it work, possibly, because you were in college.
I was in college, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the dating time to date,
right.
know, in college. So I can't say you wouldn't win to work. Yeah, it possibly could have worked.
It could have. It may have, but I think
if we were in the same vicinity and we met each other, and again, that's when I was really beginning my true walk in the Lord, and if things were right, we just happened to meet. Yeah, I think we actually. If it's 5 years, yeah, we could do it. 10 years, no, it's definitely not. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like, oh wow. But 5 years, I think it could possibly work. It might have been a little bit harder, possibly. You think?
Yeah, because I don't know. I think we would have been at a lovey-dovey, because nobody had a job. I was still in school. You were still in school. So we'd have been living off our parents and all kind of stuff. So I have no clue. But for you guys in the comments, if you are married, do you think if you had met 5 years earlier, you would still be together right now, or even 10 years earlier? Do you still think that you would be with each other right now?
And what about 5 years later? Like instead of meeting 2009, we
would been 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2014. Yeah, we would have kicked it off. I think.
That means I would have been 34.
And that means I would have been
32.
Yeah.
I think we
would have kicked off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it still could have possibly worked.
Yeah. So that was a topic. And then lastly, I think we have one more thing we want to discuss.
The insurance. Wife insurance. So
they was talking about forgot to do our commercial. We're going on our commercial break. Our Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash is brought to you by Green Rose Insurance. It's a husband and wife team.
We're a husband and wife insurance team.
Yes, Green Rose Insurance
has got you covered. We're still working on it. I'm sorry.
It's Green Rose Insurance has you covered.
All right. Green Rose Insurance has you covered. Okay, there we go.
And bump and sip to that.
I have nothing to sip to. I'm good.
Well, anyway, guys, Green Rose Insurance is run by a husband and wife team. And we do everything insurance. I'm more so health, Medicare, ACA, dental and vision, and
I do everything else, but my primary service is life right now, but I do also auto, home, flood, and commercial if you need those services. And the thing is, when it comes to insurance in general, there's a lot of common misconceptions. I'm gonna give you one freebie. A common misconception is like, say if you're in a car or home, and you have a potential claim, but you have a question about it, right? So what's the first thing you do? Say like you have like a minor fender bender, something that's really very minor, and you don't know your deductible, you don't know how much you have to, you don't know anything about your insurance. So what do? You call the claims department and say, hey, I had this small dent on my vehicle. Am I covered? And they say no because you don't meet your deductible. Say your deductible is just $500, but that dent is like, maybe $100. I can say $100, for that damage. Well, guess what? Although the insurance company didn't write you a check, they still count that against you as a claim. That's crazy. But that's a freebie. Same thing in the house. Say if you had some wind or some bad weather, right? And it blew just one shingle off, one shingle. I don't care if you're paying the lowest deductible on your house, on your house. It's not that one shingle is not gonna let the insurance company give you money because your deductible is still too high. It could be a couple of shingles. This happened to me. Actually, a couple of shingles blew out through Hurricane Harvey, and I was like, let me call my insurance company to see if they'll cover this. The damage was $800. I had a 1% deductible, and 1% is pretty low. And even with that 1% deductible, the $800 was not enough damage for the insurance company to cover it. But guess what though? They counted that against me just for calling the claims department. So that's one misconception I want you to learn. If you have a potential claim, do not call the claims department if you know you're not going to get paid. The person you should call is your insurance agent or your insurance broker first. Ask them like, hey, I got this particular damage. I forgot, because most people don't remember what they have on their insurance. Ask your agent or broker to look up what you have on their insurance coverage. Let them look up. Let them tell you, okay, cool. Yeah, this be your deductible. You should possibly call, and that way, because then you don't want somebody to have a claim counted against you and they didn't pay you no money. Because when a claim counts against you, guess what? On your renewal, it can make your renewal be higher. Your premium go up. And that's what we don't want to have. So don't let the insurance company charge you for free. Let them write you a check and charge you then, but don't let them charge you for free just for calling.
Well, thank you for giving everybody those wonderful tips about insurance. I will say that I'm a Medicare specialist. That's ages 65 and above. Open enrollment starts October the 15th. But if you are getting ready to turn 65 this year, you don't have to wait till open enrollment to get on Medicare. So I want everybody that's paying attention, if your mom or dad, auntie, uncle, friend, neighbor, whoever you may have contact with, if they're getting ready to turn 65, please have them call me, the Medicare lady, at 346-341-2922. That's 346-341-2922. I'm Medicare lady. And our topic right now is a husband and wife team. Like, can you work with your spouse?
Husband and wife insurance team.
Can you work with your spouse? So some people cannot work together, but myself and Jamal, we do work together. We enjoy it. We don't have any problems.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, it's funny because it was last week at church they talked about that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sometimes they ask, can you work with your spouse? Can you work with your mate? As far as like working together. And to me, I think it's kind of sad, but a lot of people cannot work with their spouse. I don't know why, but they just say, hey, I gotta have some time away from my spouse. I think we should get back to the point to where I'm not trying to. We should get to the point where I'm not trying to escape my marriage, but I'm trying to like spend as much time with my spouse as possible. Because again, I know you don't want to be around them 100% of the time, but you still want to be around them most of the time. And then if you get to the point to where like work is a relief for you to escape your spouse, or going out with friends, or anything away that takes you away from your spouse, you're like, oh yes, I'm finally away. You definitely need to pray on that and seek counseling. But I love working with my wife. She holds me accountable, I hold her accountable on things, and we help each other out. All the time, if I make a video or something, I ask her for her opinion, and she needs help on her computer. Like this last week, her keyboard, the letter I was not working. It went tight for it. So she's like, I'm just gonna take your keyboard or whatever. But I said, no, you're not gonna take my keyboard. So I went and fixed her stuff for her. She's like, how did you fix it? I said, well, that's for me to know, and you to just use it. So yeah, but working together is fun though. Working together is good. you really should just work on just enjoying your spouse and just being happy around them like at all times when you're around.
Because last year I did events alone, and I did them, but it's not as, I guess you could say, fun. I don't have as much courage as I do when I have my spouse, because I have somebody there with me. So when I go out and meet all these strangers, I'm not by myself. And then also setting up all that equipment by myself was a job too. And now that I have a spouse working with me, he can help me set up some of my equipment.
Basically, I carry the equipment now. She doesn't have to carry the equipment. But I guess when she was by herself, she had to roll all that stuff in by herself. But now she has, like, I guess, muscles, whatever.
Oh, don't get me wrong now. I can still carry all my equipment, but I just have a partner to help me.
But she doesn't carry it now, though, since I'm there. So now I have to carry everything in. And then another thing too, that because we're a team now, when she does an event, I could drop her off in the front, and I'll go find a parking spot. But before, she had to get dropped off in the front. I mean, find a parking spot first,
then carry
all the stuff to the, but now she can just okay, I carry like half of myself, a few of my things, while my husband drops me off in front. He goes to park and he bringing the rest, and so it's like, it's a team. What's the
teamwork makes the dream work.
What's the biblical verse?
Using
three strands.
A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken.
So that's 2 strands working together. But of course, our marriage is founded on Christ, so it's also 3 strands. So we basically, because it's 2 people tackling one obstacle, it makes it a lot easier. So just one person tackling that same obstacle.
So here's my question to the audience: TikTok. If you are married, can you work with your spouse? Can you see that even being a possibility? Why or why not? For all my other viewers, I'm going to turn this camera here. Can you work with your spouse? Can you see that as a possibility? Why or why not?
Yeah.
Okay, those are questions. So when you go back and view this video, if you can just leave those answers in the comments, and maybe we can discuss them next week.
We'll discuss them. If you leave in the comments, or if you have another topic you want to talk about, hey, just let us know. And it's like, hey, we'll be more than happy to give you our advice and pray for you if you need a prayer. That's something we're doing too. Our church is doing is we are praying. We are being intentional about our prayer. And when I say prayer, it's not me praying by myself. It's not Ash praying by herself. We're actually praying together some things that we want for our family. We usually don't. In the past we have not done that as far as praying together. But now we're being intentional about praying.
We have prayed together.
We have prayed together, but we haven't prayed together as far as like this detailed, we pray in the morning before our children, before school, but now we're praying like in the afternoon sometimes. We pray,
So we were praying together, but we never had an intentional, like this time we have 3 items that we're praying for intentionally together. And like we might have had those 3 issues before, but he would do his own thing, I would do my own thing. Now we come together and are both agreeing on that and praying together on those 3 items.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, George.
Thank you, George Floyd, for the compliment.
George Floyd.
Okay, that.
George Floyd. All right. Thank you for so much. That's a very unique name, and you have the picture of the real George Floyd. God bless his family and everything. But yeah, guys. But we truly, Jim and Ash, the Coffee Talk with Jim and Ash show. We hope you guys are having like a really good day. We really, encourage you guys, especially if you're in a relationship. He is mimicking the dead person. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. He's mimicking George Floyd. I don't know why he wants to do that, but hey,
What you mean mimicking a dead person?
George Floyd.
I know who George Floyd is, but I wasn't taking it as a negative thing.
He's mimicking them.
What if that's his name? That might be his name.
No, he had George Floyd's picture on there too.
Oh well. He likes George Floyd.
Maybe he likes George Floyd. I don't know.
It's not always. It's not that it has to be a negative thing. He's using his full name and picture. Whoever H9 is. Okay, thank you, H9. But guys, we are getting ready to check off. Again, this broadcast of Coffee Talk and Jim and Ash was brought to you by Green Rose Insurance. For all your insurance needs, you can call the husband and wife team. We work together. We'd be glad to help you out.
Give me your phone number. I get my phone number.
My phone number for health, vision, dental, Medicare, ACA. And ACA is the marketplace. Used to be called Obamacare. That open enrollment starts
Affordable Care Act.
November the 1st. It goes from November 1st to December 15th, 2.5 months. So if you all need any type of insurance and you have a pre-existing condition, that will be your time to to get on Affordable Care Act, Obamacare. What's the other one? Okay.
H9, he said, can I get, yes, you can get your auto, yes, you can get
But
your Honda auto
you
coverage.
got to remember.
But that's what make sure, H9, if you're in, you have to be, right now I'm only licensed in the state of Texas but if you're in Texas, I can definitely insure you. I take care of you. My phone number is 832-619-1612. I'd be happy to get your Honda insured. I have access to multiple carriers because I'm a broker. Let me help you out. I'll take a look at it. If you have
Again, that's in Texas for him.
That's in Texas. If you rent, if you're a renter, I can get you renter's insurance. If you have need homeowner's insurance, I get your homeowner's insurance. If you need flood or commercial, like you have a business, I can do that for you as well. And also I do life insurance too. So all of those things I cover. My phone number is 832-619-1612.
And I don't think I gave my number.
Go ahead.
I'm licensed in California, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, and Georgia. In Mississippi. So 6 states I'm licensed in, a lot of southern states. My number 346-341-2922. That's 346-341-2922 for all your health insurance needs.
Cool.
The Medicare lady.
But so we're out here. So another thing too, if you guys see us, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or even YouTube, we strongly please, like, share, comment on our videos.
Follow us, because my following is really low. But
please follow us. We do some funny insurance videos, or we sometimes just do funny videos in general. We definitely trying to get the word out there. We're a family that loves God. We love mentoring people for relationships, and also we like sharing, helping people with their insurance needs. Let us help you out. Let us work with you and get you the best deal out there. But anyway, you guys have a great Sunday. It's a pleasure. Stay cool, and you guys have a good day.
Bye.
Bye bye. Petro will be leaving now, but we'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.